BJP's Bonanza for the middle class in the union budget proved the poll clincher in Delhi, is what we are debating. The question is, doing the rounds of the national capital after the BJP made no secret of its push to woo the middle classes, which account for a significant section of Delhi's electorate. Watch this report.
I am now happy to announce that there will be no income tax payable up to income of 12 lakh rupees.
On budget day, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman rewarded honest taxpayers with a windfall. A day later, the BJP went all out to woo the middle class in poll-bound Delhi, betting big on its budget bonanza for professionals. In a gambit that the BJP hopes will help it score big in Delhi, which accounts for the highest taxpayers in the country, the BJP said the tax breaks in the budget will bring windfall benefits to 85% of the population.
दिल्ली में इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल करने वाले लगभग 85% लोग ऐसे हैं जो 12 लाख रुपए से कम की आमदनी में, अर्थात दिल्ली के 85% करदाताओं को अब लगभग कोई भी टैक्स नहीं देना पड़ेगा। मुझे लगता है इससे बड़ा युगांतकारी निर्णय नहीं हो सकता।
Addressing a mega rally as the battle for Delhi entered the final and decisive stretch, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hammered the message home.
दिल्ली जैसे हमारे शहरों में जो गरीब परिवार रहते हैं, उनके लिए ये बजट बहुत बड़ी ताकत लेकर आया है। मिडिल क्लास की एस्पिरेशंस को समझने वाली सरकार, उनके सपनों को समझने वाली सरकार ऐसे ही फैसले लेती है।
Arvind Kejriwal, who called on the BJP to raise the tax break ceiling for the salaried class to rupees 10 lakh, was clearly caught off guard as the BJP not only fell for the bait but bettered it.
इस लोकसभा के सत्र में आम आदमी पार्टी के सांसद मिडिल क्लास के मुद्दे संसद में उठाएंगे। मिडिल क्लास की आवाज की गूंज अब संसद में सुनी जाएगी। हम ये मांग करते हैं इनकम टैक्स की छूट की सीमा को 7 लाख से बढ़ा के कम से कम 10 लाख किया जाए।
As the BJP steals a march over the app in the battle to woo the middle class, is this the game changer move that decides the polls?
All right, Tuhin, Nikhil and Anmol continue to be with us. Anmol, nobody is going to interrupt you. Were you really expecting, because there is a soundbite going around which shows Arvind Kejriwal saying for the middle classes, no tax limit should be increased to 10 lakh from 7 lakh, and now the union budget says 12 lakh. Are you a bit concerned that this is going to affect the Delhi elections?
Abhishek ji, for the first time in the history of this country, it was Mr. Arvind Kejriwal who raised the voice of the middle class of this country, which are superpower, I would say, which are the real power of this country. They pay 50% of their income as taxes. Zindagi bhar keval tax hi tax dete rehte hain, but what do they get in return? All their taxes are being diverted to the billionaire friends who are being given loans to the tune of lakhs of crores. 16 lakh crore of loans have been given by central government to those billionaire friends, and then they are being waived off. On one hand, the central government reduces the corporate tax from 30% to 22%, while on the other hand, they have not even considered the 6 demands which were made by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, that the budget of education of this country must be increased from 2% to 10%, that the health budget must be increased to 10%, that there must be provisions, proper retirement plans for the senior citizens, that there must be a fee cap on the private schools, there must be scholarships for the children, and there must be provisions for the middle class so that they can benefit. They can, like in Delhi, what we are doing is we are providing them basic amenities which help them save 25,000 rupees per month. Muft Shiksha, Muft Vishwastariya Swasth, Muft 24 घंटे बिजली, मुफ्त 24 घंटे पानी, मुफ्त महिलाओं के लिए बस यात्रा, मुफ्त बुजुर्गों के लिए तीर्थ यात्रा, एंड मेनी अदर
सब मुफ्त दे देंगे और टैक्स लेंगे नहीं।
फोर्थ टर्म व्हेन वी कम,
फिर किधर से पैसा आएगा? हाउ विल यू फाइनेंस?
हम जनता के टैक्स के पैसे को जनता को वापस दे देंगे।
But you're saying tax भी मतलब
who pay indirect taxes, the poor who pay indirect taxes, हम उसके पैसे को भी उसे वापस दे देंगे। जब रिक्शे वाला घर से निकलेगा और वो खरीदेगा मूलभूत सुविधाएं, वो खरीदेगा एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज, तो हम उसके टैक्स के पैसे को भी बेहतर तरीके से उसे वापस करेंगे। हम पूंजीपतियों के लोन माफ नहीं करेंगे, हम जनता के पैसे को जनता को वापस देंगे।
ओके, पूंजीपतियों के लोन्स,
we should have considered these 7 demands.
Okay, fair enough. Now you see, I have a question of
They
Tuhin.
have not removed GST from essential commodities.
Okay, I have a question of Tuhin. Tuhin.
And if they are really concerned about the middle class, they should have waived the vehicle loan, they should have waived the home loans, they should have waived the farm loans. तब मानते हम कि भाई मिडिल क्लास के लिए कुछ सोचा है।
ऐसे धर्मशाला बना देना चाहिए, धर्मशाला बना देना चाहिए देश को। You see,
धर्मशाला नहीं, अतः जनता की कमाई के पैसे को जनता वापस करे तो धर्मशाला, और जो लोन ले लाख करोड़ के उन्हें वापस करें तो वो क्या है फिर बताइए?
You're a lie. Congress has to respond. Phone banking कब होता था? Who waived those loans?
You raised the question.
Loan waivers.
आपने कहा ना जनता के टैक्स के पैसे को धर्मशाला।
Okay, now I have a serious question of Tuhin before I come to Nikhil. Tuhin, did the BJP really get psyched out because Arvind Kejriwal came with a middle class manifesto? And all these things that Anmol just listed are something which would have enticed the middle classes in Delhi. And, and the BJP cannot afford to lose another election in Delhi. It's been long, 27 years. So, though of course the budget is for the country, not just for Delhi, but it does really help. And the party has claimed. We have seen how Sudhanshu Trivedi, your spokesperson, said that 85% of people of Delhi would benefit from this.
So let me make this very clear. In the last 1 week, I have traveled extensively across Delhi, and I can tell you that the results are a foregone conclusion, irrespective of the budget. The anger, the anger across every street of Delhi tells you a story. But having said that, it's very amusing how Aam Aadmi Party, which cannot run a small state like Delhi, can't, stop sermonizing how we should be running the country. Fact is that middle class has been the worst sufferer in Delhi because of the complete collapse of infrastructure. And when 85% of the voters in Delhi will have zero tax liability from now on, definitely, it will only enhance the victory margin. But irrespective of what you saw in the budget, the result, to my understanding, is a foregone conclusion, and that is evident every day. When Arvind Kejriwal goes to the constituency, one day he's heralded by people. Even today, there is a video when women are questioning him, and he's, shamelessly munching pakoras and not listening to them. So, the anger on the street is what tells you the story. But yes, the middle class, it was high time middle class deserved this relief. And these people don't understand budget or economics. Just 10 seconds. You are asking why this relief to the middle class now. Please understand that every budget has a specific priority. Last year, the capex was increased significantly to 11 lakh crore. This year the capex has slightly gone down, the capex expenditure, and that lever has been given to 1 lakh crore. To the relief which we are giving to taxpayers. So, one way or the other, the focus has to be there, and it's just that it was high time that the middle class needed this relief.
Okay, Nikhil, since Anmol raised the issue of loan waivers, I think we know what the twin balance sheet crisis was, and which was given to the BJP government, Modi government, as a legacy in 2014. And the phone banking, the whole thing around phone banking and the NPAs and the mess that the public sector banks were in, essentially the entire banking sector was in because of that phone banking. If the BJP has done this to win Delhi election, why were they not smart enough to do this before the general election? They could have, Nirmala Sitharaman might as well have done this 7 to 10 lakh limit ahead of the general elections and maybe reap some dividends if elections happen based on these kind of decisions. Nikhil.
Abhishek, first of all, a bunch of facts and figures for your viewers. April 2020, Finance Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman, tells us that in the last 4 years of the UPA government, 1.45 lakh crores worth of loans were waived off. 1.45, 1.5 essentially, right? How much were waived off between 2014 to 24? 14.56. 10 times the amount. Secondly, we talk about the income tax rebate that has been given by the government in this budget and how people up to an income of, I think, 12 lakhs or 12,75,000 a year do not have to pay any income taxes. And we somehow label these people as middle class. I'm sorry, but they're not. If you look at the National Family Health Survey or the World Inequality Report or a bunch of other sources from the government of India, as well as other sources, they tell you that in India, the wherever a household income crosses 25,000 rupees a month or 3 lakh rupees a year, they're the top 10% of the country. At about 1 lakh rupees, you are.
Are you betting? Are you saying that this should not have happened? Are you suggesting, Nikhil, that this should not have happened?
First of all, let me make it clear that's not the Congress stand, but personally I feel no, this should not have happened. We should not be reducing income tax on the people who are in the top 5% income earners of the country. It's a misnomer to call them a middle class. Somehow the class of people who makes between 50,000 to say about 2 lakh rupees a month, we call them middle class, but they're not middle class. They're the top 5% of the country. They are people who have access to private hospitals, private schools, going abroad, flying on airplanes, taking first AC and second AC trains, traveling on Vande Bharat. This is not where the average Bharatiya lives. As the average Bharatiya travels by, not even by third AC, by sleeper class. They do not take flights. They do not travel abroad. Their children go to government schools. Their children go to government hospitals. And those people are taxed by something called GST, which, by the way, according to the actual receipts of the government, accounted for 9,57,000 crores of the tax revenue. The total revenue of the government of India was 27 lakh crores. Out of that, 9.5 lakhs comes from GST and 10.5 lakh comes from income taxes, and 9 lakh, very interestingly, corporates pay only 9 lakh. So the poor and the rich alike who pay the GST are paying 9.5 lakh. The top 10% who pay the income tax are paying 10.5 lakhs. But the corporates, the ones who are getting the maximum benefit out of the loan waivers and all the government schemes and this and that, they are only paying 9.1 lakhs to the government. We're talking about crores per year in terms of actual receipts with the government of India. And so far as the impact of these particular budget announcements...
You know what, Nikhil, the people who are paying those 10 lakh rupees of personal income tax, they're paying because they are employed somewhere, and not all of them are employed with the governments. They are employed in the same corporate sector, certainly, which pays that corporate tax. So I think that's a bit of a faux argument. But Anmol wants to come in. Anmol, you see, Nikhil says that even this should not have been done. You are on the other extreme. You are saying कि सब बांट दो, धर्मशाला खोल दो. Some of which is already reflecting in a situation where the revenue surplus state that Delhi used to be has stopped being this year. So, I mean, maybe what the BJP has done is the golden mean, and that's why both the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are jittery.
अभिषेक जी, अगर आप या मैं किसी भी वजह से एक ऐसे परिवार में पैदा हुए होते जहाँ पे शायद अगर हम सड़क पे पैदा हुए होते, तो हमारे पास एक ऐसी सरकार है आज दिल्ली में जो उनका ख्याल रखती है, जो उनके बच्चों को अच्छी मुफ्त शिक्षा देती है, जो अगर वो बीमार हो जाएं तो उन्हें विश्व स्तरीय इलाज देती है, जो उनके लिए बिजली और पानी का प्रबंध करती है, तो शायद आप ऐसा ना कहते जैसा आज कह रहे हैं कि आपने धर्मशाला खोल रखी है. कभी यू मस्ट स्टेप इनटू देयर शूज और उनके दर्द को समझो, तब पता चलेगा. आज इस देश का आम आदमी मूलभूत सुविधाओं के लिए लड़ रहा है 21वीं सदी में. 75 साल देश की आजादी के बाद आज ये,
let me give you some data,
and the ones who are giving us lectures how to run states, we have implemented well structured schemes judicially over a period of time. That is why we are the only state which is running in surplus. And we took no loans, we increased no taxes, and here's a list of their states running in a debt of 4 lakh crores, running in a debt of 5 lakh crores, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, you talk about Uttar Pradesh, 7-7 lakh crore के कर्जे हैं. ये देंगे हमें भाषण के कैसे राज्य चलाना है.
Okay, now you see,
लूटते हो जनता को, जनता का पैसा जनता को देते हैं. Secondly, you were talking about budget. Just a minute, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. I've run out of time.
Very well admitted that the capex has been reduced from 11.11 lakh crores to 10.18 lakh crores. That is the reason. I mean,
No, it is not reduced. That's the revised estimate, and the finance minister explained that all capex could not happen because of the general elections.
They have neglected the key sectors. There's no provision for the jobless youth of this country. There's no control over inflation today. The middle class.
I've run out of time.
The debt in the country has increased from 55 lakh.
Okay. End of the rhetoric. End of the debate. Listen. Okay, listen. My personal view is.
Since they're waxing eloquent about their economic management, let me tell you what Abda is. 26 execution deaths in 1 year, 18 waterlogging deaths, 1/3 of Delhi children suffering from...
Anmol, you are contradicting yourself. Tohin, pull back. You are saying Delhi is Garib, then you are saying Delhi has highest per capita income.
And you wax eloquent about your economic management and policies. You know, Abda is, destruction of people, 65,000 fake patients.
Tohin, pull back. Okay, Tohin, pull back. Tohin, pull back. Tohin, pull back. Listen, Anmol, you contradicted yourself. You said Delhi is poor and we take care of the poor, and then you said Delhi is the highest per capita income. Obviously, Delhi is actually a rich city. Delhi's middle class population is more than 50%, and as per the periodic labor force survey, highest number of salaried workers as a proportion live in Delhi. So obviously, this is going to have an impact. I don't know whether this is already getting the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party jittery, but the fact is that both the parties wanted 10 lakh, the Modi government has made it 12 lakh, and that's where the debate stands as of now, just less than 48 hours to go for the elections. Thank you so much, Tohin Sinha, Nikhil Jain, and of course, Anmol Panwar for joining us. Friends, decode the budget 2025 with Republic Business on the special broadcast, Nation Wants to Grow, where you will have industry experts talk about tax reforms, healthcare, automobile manufacturing, and much more. Tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. only on Republic TV and Republic Business. Thanks for watching. News is back on the other side.